Hi there. All right, in this video, we're going to draw an isometric drawing uh, of a cylindrical, I don't know if I can say that word, yeah, cylinder-like object in isometric view. And we're going to do top, front, and right side views. And I keep looking up, not because I'm ADHD, well, I am, but also because that's where I can see what I'm going to draw. Even though you can't see it, I can. So just trust me, it'll be okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start actually with let's do the top view first. We have this little anchor point here. If you don't have an anchor point, that's okay. You can still follow along. All right, so we're going to draw, it's just going to be a circle from the top view. So C for circle and enter or space bar. And I'm going to go ahead and click here on this anchor point that I have and 3 for the radius. Now, if you don't have the anchor point, you don't have to do this. I just selected M for move, space bar, and then I'll click, aim it to the right. I want to go 3. And you don't even have to start the move command. You can just select a circle and click on this middle grip point, aim it up, 3. So I went 3 over, 3 up. That's where I'm going to place it. And so that's actually the top view. Let's go ahead and draw another circle. C, enter. I want to snap to the center, but it doesn't show up. I have to hover over the edge of the circle, and then it should show up. If not, you can go turn it on in your snaps. I'll click there. This one is half the size of the other, so it should be 1.5. Okay. And so that's the top view, except I need to change the layer. I'm going to select this, and I am on a Mac, so it may look a little different if you're not using a Mac, but it should work about the same. Okay. All right. I want the hidden layer here, so you can make that a hidden line. So that is the top view. And then the front view, that would be a rectangle. So REC space bar. I'll click here to start my rectangle. All right, so it should be 6 comma 1 and enter. All right, and then I'm going to copy this up. So I'll select it, CO, enter. And I'll click, I'll click down here and aim it up, and we'll go 5 and enter. And I'll hit enter to end that command, then BI and enter. I'll click here and here. This is just to check the distance, 6. That's what I was after, so that's good. All right, so we're going to borrow some information from the top view. I'm going to do L for line, excuse me. And I'll hover over this quadrant here, and then I'll come straight down to where it intersects here, and I'll click that. And I'll click here. I'll hit enter to end that, and then I'm going to select that line I just made, MI for mirror, enter, and find the midpoint. There's a little green triangle. I'll click that. I want to aim it straight up and click and enter. Okay, so that is the front view. The right side view, this is a circular or a cylindrical object. So the side view is actually the same. I'm going to select all of that, copy it over here. All right, I'll zoom out a little. Okay, so now for the fun one. All right, so the isometric drawing here. So drawing circles in isometric drawings can be a little tricky, but it's not so bad. Let me show you how you can do this. All right, so we got to set something up first. So start typing ISO, and you should see ISO draft. That's what you want, ISO draft. So it gives us some options. We want isoplane top, so I'm going to hit T and enter. And you should see the cursor sort of change, so it's like almost looking like it's in 3D. That's what we want. With that active, now if we start the ellipse command, EL and enter. And I'll click here on this anchor point. And all right. Sorry, my Screencastify is hiding my command line. I can't see. All right. So I want to draw an ellipse. but not that way. I'm going to hit escape. All right, EL, enter. Before I click, in the command line, there's an ISO circle option. I need to do I and enter. Now, I'll click here, and I'm going to aim it, and I want to choose a direction that lines up with one of the principal axes, I think. Anyway, the red line by my cursor, or the green line by my cursor. As long as it lines up with one of those two, and my polar tracking, by the way, is set to 30 degrees. That's why it's working so well. You can click the drop down next to that or control click and set that to 30 degrees if it's not already. So aim it in the direction of the red or green line, either one, and then it'll be 3 for the radius. Now we need to move this, so I'll select M, enter, I'll pick some random point here, aim it this way, 3, and then we'll go, I'll just use this instead. We'll go that way, 3, escape. All right, so we're going to copy this up, CO, and I'll pick a base point here, aim it straight up, 1, enter, and then I'm going to select both of these, copy, CO, enter, and I'll click here, and I want to go up 5, enter. It should be 6 from top to bottom. All right, now we're going to draw a line straight down from this quadrant to that quadrant. So line command, just L spacebar, click, click, and enter, and we're almost there. So there should be a couple more lines in here for this sort of middle cylinder, right? To get that, I'll select this, SC for scale, and enter. And the base point, it'll be in the middle, so I hover over the edge, I click here, and it's half the size of the first one, so I can just put it in a scale factor of 0.5. And we'll draw a line straight up from the quadrant of that to where it strikes that line. Enter, enter to restart the line command. I'm looking for it to snap to the quadrant. There it goes. There to there. And I just realized that I scaled my ellipse that I needed instead of copying it. So, CO for copy. I'll pick this, enter, click here, aim it up, 1, enter, and entered in the command. All right, we have everything we need. TR for trim. Okay, I'll start trimming away anything that's not 3D looking. And if you trim away too much, I'll show you how to fix that. I'm going to leave that like that so that I can fix it and show you how. And it looks like I did another one over here. Control Z a couple times, bring that back. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in to get some of this. Almost there. And since I'm on my Mac, I don't have a mouse, so this is a little more tedious than normal. All right, so I'm going to hit enter, and I've gotten rid of some stuff I really needed. So I'm going to click here. There's a little arrow on the end of that arc. If I click on it, I can bring it on around and it will extend it. I'll hit escape to deselect, L for line, enter, click here and here, bring that back. Oh, sorry, I don't need that. And I don't need that. Let's trim that away. This is what I need. This right here needs to go around this way, but notice it's doing funny things. It's wanting to sort of stretch it. That's because I need to come from the arrow here and bring it on around. Now, if I don't want to do that, I want to hit escape. Do EX for extend, enter. And then if I click on this, it will just extend it along that trajectory. And I hit enter, so that should be it. Now, if we were in isoplane top view there, if we need to change that, if I hold, well, on my keyboard, it's a Mac. I have to hold the function key and then hit F5. You can just hit F5 if you're on Windows. When you do that, it does that where that's working like on the right side plane, left side, and there's top. All right, hi there. I'm continuing a video, so let me figure out how to minimize this. I don't like my MacBook. Some of you may love your MacBook. I do not. There we go. Okay. So we left off just a moment ago drawing this. I realized there's another view here that might be a little tricky. I wanted to show you this. So I want to show you how to draw this. This would be here, I think, that we'd be drawing this. And it was the same general size of cylinder as this other one. So we can borrow a couple of things. If you click on that and CO for copy. And base point, the anchor point would be the best. There. All right, I got to zoom in. There we go. And we'll come down here, enter. All right, L for line, enter, and then we'll bring this straight up. Enter, enter, click, whoops, I missed. L, enter. There we go. There. All right, so we've got that cylinder. Now, if we want to add this here, where this is going to the tangent of this circle or this cylinder, and it's going to the tangent over here where it just touches the edge of the circle on both sides. So how do we do this? So first of all, I'll tell you how long this is. So L, enter, and you can't snap to what would be the quadrant. So what you have to do is come to the center and follow that green line down to right there, click there, and then we'll go at 30 degrees this direction. Aim it that way, type 5, enter, go up. So aim it up 2, enter, aim it this way at 30 degrees. It lines up with the green line. That's going to be 3, yeah, 3. And I'll aim it down 2, and then back where I started, I'll click there and enter. All right, so now let me do this. I'll select that line, CO for copy, enter. I'll click here and then that corner right there, enter. All right, I'm going to select and delete that. So I've got almost all of this. So I need to connect from this corner to the tangent back there. This is the tricky part. I'll select that half of an ellipse and CO for copy. And I'll just pick a base point. I think I'll pick this as my base point because then I can copy it up to this corner and click there and enter. So now what I have is I can draw a line, L, enter, from this corner to where that elliptical arc intersects that vertical line right there. And enter. And the last bit is to just trim some of this up. So TR for trim. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I want to get rid of the arcs sort of in the background here. So TR, enter, I'll click here and here, there and there. All right. I think I'm done now. All right, bye.